Welcome back to Living Local, specializing in sandwiches and desserts. The Little Brown Box Delicatessen has been a staple in downtown Moline since 2022. And here joining us in this segment, sponsored by the Little Brown Box Delicatessen, is owner Merissa Rhodes. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. I'm so happy you're here because this all smells and looks amazing. So let's talk about the history of the Little Brown Box.
Surely. So it started about 3 years ago. The old shameless chocoholic that used to be next door, the owner, Rebecca, had started the box lunches for the professionals in the area. Since they couldn't sit in and eat anywhere during the pandemic, they were able to grab and go. Subway was next door. It closed down after about 10 years, and she had bought it out and then moved the deli over there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so when did your passion for all of this begin? Because obviously you don't get into this without a little bit of passion, right?
Yeah.
And you don't design something as beautiful as this without that, right? So let's talk about when that began.
Yeah, so about 15 years ago, I was salad and dessert girl at a restaurant in Muscatine, and then at 18, I had become chef and moved around to different places, got a few different chef's coats. Always been interested in getting my own business.
Yeah. And so when you took over the deli, what made you decide this was, you know, soups, sandwiches, and desserts was the thing to go with?
Desserts are what I'm really passionate about now.
Okay.
They weren't on the menu. The sandwiches were on the menu, and when she had told me that she was closing and it was for sale and I had inquired, I tried some of the food, and the BLT on brioche with the maple bacon aioli sauce was just
sold already. That's all I needed to hear.
All the sauces are homemade for all the sandwiches, and they just elevate it. They complete the sandwiches. It's not like any other place that you'll have anything like that.
Yeah, and everything's homemade there. The soups, the sandwiches, the desserts, everything is there. And it's all you, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about what is on your menu exactly. We kind of touched on it, but give us the overview.
Surely. So we have the sandwiches. We can do platters for sandwich, salads, or wraps. You can build your own sandwich, salads, or wraps, or you can get the ones that we have. We do always offer samples.
Okay.
The cranberry chicken salad's probably our best seller, but then the Italian is our number 2.
Yeah.
It has to do with the sauce. People buy the sauce just to eat it with their chips for the Italian.
Oh, sure.
It's a red pepper jelly. It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
As well as I do samples of soups, and then sometimes I'll do the cheesecake filling and or some of the drinks if we have excess left and we have time to.
Sure.
Short staffing is sometimes a problem.
We're familiar with that.
For lunch, people are like, they want to get in and out. So sometimes we won't do it, just depending on if we're fully staffed.
Yeah.
And then you also can build your own desserts. So we do cheesecakes, we do tres leche cakes, we do Rice Krispie treats, brownies, fruit cakes, all kinds of different stuff that you have over 20 different toppings to choose from.
That's insane.
We started that because we started rolled ice cream, because I was really interested in the rolled ice cream and the boba teas from my children.
Oh, sure.
They introduced me to that, and they were obsessed with it. And I was like, let's just sell them and not buy them no more, because they're expensive.
Yeah, right.
So we had to teach ourselves how to do all that stuff, and then I was like, we have all these toppings, why not try to utilize them for something else? And I love to bake.
That's great.
So I was like, we started off with cheesecakes because it's my other half's favorite thing.
Okay.
And he doesn't like anything on his cheesecake. Maybe strawberries, but plain.
But you're like a adventurous kind of human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you do like these not just like simple desserts, but this cake looks amazing. This is incredible.
So I want to start doing these more. This is my first cake like this. I've never done anything like this. I do decorate with fruit. Beautiful cheesecakes and tres leche cakes with fruit. And then I was like, well, it was for my other half's birthday, and we weren't able to actually use the cake, and I didn't have time to make it. So he's like, just forget it. We don't need it. He had a cheesecake. He was happy with that. He probably would have thought this was too much. So I was like, let's just use some of the cake toppers I bought. I want to train myself how to do professional cakes.
I love that. And you offer, you can rent out the deli for parties, and you do catering. You have a catering operation too, so let's talk about that a little bit.
We cater for any event, and we really try to push that just because it helps keep our doors open and our employees paid. Right now it's slow with the economy, and we're not well known, so catering is always like, I'm constantly handing out brochures and letting people know we do it for any event, anytime, even when we're closed. Sundays we do private events there, but I'm still doing catering orders. If somebody needs a cake last minute, always message me on Facebook, email me, call the deli. Don't leave a message, because the bricks, they don't work. So you can get on Facebook too, and find email and all the other kind of information to get a hold of somebody. But I'm always trying to fit and squeeze anything in that I can.
Do you have any events coming up?
We do have a fundraiser for my
Okay.
son's school, Eugene Field, on the 21st of October.
Okay.
15% of the sales will go back to the school, and the
Great.
PTA, to help with whatever they need.
Yeah.
They are
And-
really big supporters of me, and so I was like, what can I do to help them? And I can't be on the PTA because I work way too much,
Right.
but I was talking to Becky, the lady who runs it, and I was like, well, what can I do? Bake sale,
Yeah.
anything you need. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't we try a fundraiser?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, maybe eventually we could branch out to other schools and offer that, or other
Yeah.
kind of things like the Cancer Society, or
Sure.
I know a lot of companies do stuff like that, to where I'm always donating every time
Yeah.
somebody asks me for a gift certificate. I'm like, it's a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's great, man. How can people learn more? Because chances are they may not have heard of you since you're so
Yeah.
new, but we want everyone to go see the Little Brown Box Delicatessen. Everybody hear that? So how can they get a hold of you, and how can they find you?
I would say Facebook's our best thing, or Google. So
Okay.
you can Google us, and then you can order online. We do have a 15-minute parking
Perfect.
spot for when it gets cold, or people who can't walk, and we're happy to bring it out there.
Awesome.
It is hard to find parking, though, at that place.
Yeah.
So it's under the bridge, kind of behind and around Bad Boys. You got to
Yeah.
find your way around, whatever works best for you.
Yeah, it's a great location, though. It really is a good
Yeah.
spot where you have. So, yeah.
And there is a testimonial page. I believe you guys have the link for it. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
We'll get everything going over there, and yeah. But hey, this was so nice to talk to you. Thanks for bringing all of this in, and I hope everyone goes to check out the Little Brown Box Delicatessen. Again, this segment was sponsored by the Little Brown Box Delicatessen. For more information, you can visit thelittlebrownboxdeli.com or find them on Facebook. We'll have all those details posted at ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.